Okay, one thing I haven't talked about yet, and I want to make sure you guys are doing, especially my class, is making sure that you're pushing up to collab all the time. So don't wait until the end of, the section. Make sure that every day, as often as possible, you're clicking and pushing up to collab. And so you press start, and then you actually, you go through and you do this until it is actually pushing up to collab. This is one way of having it save your work online. So that still is not published, right? So it just said start now, did not actually publish now. So I like to go in and say where I'm at. So if I'm in lesson 2.3, I like to say that's where I am and I publish now. And it'll also prompt me, do you want to save? Sure, I do want to save right now, and then publish it. I've had so many students turn around and say they've lost their work on their computer and they hadn't pushed up to collab, or they closed without saving, and then they've lost their work. So be sure and publish in the middle of your, halfway through your day, halfway through your work, whenever you finish a section, whatever you do, publish. So like, I'm not through for the day, but I'm still making sure I publish. All right, so it's up in collab. I know it's up in collab because it's a green arrow, not gray. Okay. That it's so important that I do that on a regular basis. All right, so now we're at the point now where I want to be able to have it spawn. I want the animals to spawn. Now, Carl has you start by having it spawn with the animal index and having it start like being able to test it to see if it works on the S key. Let's go ahead and try that. So we're going to go ahead and add in a variable. And remember, the index is that number that was at 0, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, whatever that was. That's your index. So we're going to go ahead and call it animal index. You could just call it just index if you want to, but if you were to like go and add in some sort of a score or something like that you wanted to reference another index, it's always good to kind of reference what type of index you're doing, not just calling it index. So we're calling it animal index. It's good to get in that habit. So the animal index, remember our first index is going to be 0. We are going to go in right now and do another if. So in our updates, we are going to do our if, and so that we can decide like how we're going to get our random. And to the first time that we write this code, we are just going to get one of the animal indexes, just the very first animal index. And then after this, we'll get a random. And we're also going to get the location. So, and we're also not going to just have it go on its own. We're actually going to just hit the S key to make it go for now. So we're going to do our input, get key down, it's way down there, get key down. And we're going to use the S key. So this is a good way to make sure that that everything is working. And also good practice to kind of go through this. So get key and did I forget my parentheses? Oh, I didn't even put this in the right place. Okay, yeah. So let's go ahead and put this back into my if. So if get key down, right? So let's go ahead and put that in there. Yay. Then we're going to actually instantiate. We're going to instantiate to make instance of the animal prefab, right? So instantiate the animal prefab. And so this is where we're going to say what we're going to do. So we're going to get the index of it. So right now we're just going to we're not, ideally we do a random of them, but if we just say animal index, it's just going to get just the first one. So animal index, we're just going to get the animal index, which is the very first one. And we're going to put it in a new position. So again, we're also just saying not really any position. We're just going to just say new position. And we're going to just say, we're just going to put it in one particular position right now, according to what Carl is saying to do. So in a minute, we'll give it a random position. So not to fear. This is just kind of a weird thing that we're doing right now, where we're saying go out to 0, 0, and 20 and create one position. So on the X, it's at 0. On the Y, of course, we're going to have 0. And on the 20, this is where we want to start for sure. But this X position, we're going to give it a random in a minute. So it'll actually kind of move side to side in random. But for now, we're just going to put 0. So it's all going to go down just the 0, straight down the 0. of the X, so straight down the middle. Also in this line, we are also going to, so we're saying we're getting an instance of our animal with our animal prefab. We're saying, give it the position of this, and we need to say what we're getting. So we're saying we want to rotate this animal. So we want to make sure that this animal prefab is rotated. So animal, why is that in? Oh, I don't need the parentheses right there. That's what's going on. Animal prefab needs to be rotated. So animal, and then animal index dot transform rotation, transform dot rotation, and then let's close that out and close the line. All right. So now that we have that, and again, these can be on different lines. If it's too much reading across, you just hit enter and break up the line. You can break it up as much as you need to get them so you can see them. I think we did this when we were doing our other coding at the beginning of the year. It doesn't really matter how many lines you have that on. The spacing doesn't matter. Let's go ahead and save that. And this should work if we start this and hit the S key. Start. If I hit the S key, do you see it's only giving me the chickens running down the center, because that's saying in the element 0 over here, it says chicken is 0, right? So that's giving me the chicken. That's the first element. That's all it is. So that's why it's saying chicken is saying 0. Now, if I said animal index, animal index, it said get the animal index, right? Animal index is 0. That's why it's saying do that. We're not to be too concerned about that, because right now we're going to go into our randoms. So we are going to create inside of that if statement. We're going to create inside of here. We're going to create a random, really quick and easy. So we're going to create a local variable for our random. So our integer, we're going to create an animal index here. So we don't need this here anymore. I don't delete code. I don't ever delete code if I don't need it anymore. So we're going to not use the animal index from here anymore. I just comment it out so I see where it was, just in case things don't work right and I have to go backwards. I remember where it was. So I commented it out here. So I put the 2 forward slashes right back here. And I'm going to go down here and say, in fact, I can even copy this down here and say animal integer, animal index. Oops, already got that. Animal index. You don't have to declare it public or private when it is a local variable. You just say int animal index right down here when it's a local variable. So int animal index, and then I'm going to start to give it its random random.range here. So random.range. Now, one thing to keep in mind with random.range is in a random range, you put in the first number that you want to start in your random and the number after the last number that you want. So whatever the second number is, it will go up to, like it's the, okay, let's say that you had 1 through 4 that you wanted. You have to say 5. So 0 to 5, because it's going to say the max number no more than the max number. It's between these numbers. So it's between 0 and no more than, or up to 5. So it's 4. So which works out really well when it comes to like checking the length of an array. So what we're going to do here is we're going to do animal prefab dot length. Now, the reason this works out well is because it's going to go out and measure the length of the array. And the length of our array is 3. So we have 3 animals in our array, but our index is 0, 1, 2. You got that? So for the length of our array is 3, that number is 3. So if this ranges from 0 to 3, and here it says it's only going to go up until 3. It's going to be less than 3. So it's only going to go to 0 to 2, right? So that's going to work out because we're going to have 0. It can be 0, it can be 1, or it can be 2, which is fine because that's our index is 0 to 2. This always works out really well in C#. Now, I have to tell you, in other languages like next year when you're working in JavaScript, random number is going to be different. So not to worry about it now, but just so you know, it's a little bit different in JavaScript. So that is what we're going to be doing in here. We have our animal index here. It's matching up here. Now, instead of just having just 0, we now have an animal index that's going to be a random range. And so when I save this and I go back here and play, I should get different animals coming, not just chickens. Yep, there's a dog. And there's a moon. Okay, there's a meadow. So I'm getting different animals coming in there. They're all still coming straight down the X. So there's one more thing that I want to do here, and that's to give myself the spawning positions. Okay. So let's go back to our code. So right now I have this. You'd never really want to have these in here, the numbers down here. You kind of want to have them in our variables up here. Having actual numbers down here in your code can just do you wrong, right? We want to make sure that we have our correct numbers in our range here, and we want them to be random. So where it says new vector 3 down here, we want to have an X range that's going to be random here. So let's go ahead and give ourselves a random range. So do you remember in the player, what did we use for our random range? I know you guys are like talking to me right now. Y'all yelling at your screen. It would help if I can actually spell. Why is it not spelling? Okay, we're gonna do private float, and I'm gonna give my range for my animals for the X range. So X range. So X range for our player, we said would be 15. Okay, so we're going to do our 15 for X range for these. And they call it spawn range X. So I'm just going to use X range here. Just going to use it the same because it's private. Just so I remember it's the same thing. And then, so let's go ahead and say that in here, where this X is, I want to put in a random range. So just this X right here. So remember it's X, Y, and a Z. Just remember this is the X, and this is a Y, and that's a Z. Let's just go ahead and put this, we're going to put the Z in there. We're going to change that in just a minute. And we know that our X is 0, right? We want this to be our X. So our X is going to be a random dot range. Oops, range. And it's going to be, so then we have to put our parentheses in there, right? So our random dot range is going to be a negative X range for our first number, and then the bigger number is going to be X range. So our those two numbers, right? That's our first number for X. It's a lot to put in there for this, but that's our X. So that's going to say for X, we're going to have two numbers that we're going to go side to side for our X, for our animals to go side to side. Now our Z range, we want it to be 20, right? We want it to start off at 20, but just in case we want that to be bigger than 20, we are going to give it a number up here in our code in case we want to change that. So again, we don't like to put numbers down in our code down there because it gets buried. So public float, and let's give it a spawn. Oh, I could spell spawn. It was with the A, span position Z. Remember camel case your words too. And let's do that 20. So it's back there in 20. It's not past 30, otherwise it's not going to be anything. And I'm going to copy that word and paste it down here in the Z. Okay, so, oh, goodness gracious, that is so not what I wanted to paste. Let's go and type it in. That is so, I haven't, what I pasted in there. Spawn position Z. All right, spawn position Z. There we go. So I should have my new vector 3, which is the random range, X to X, Y of 0, so it's on the ground, and Z of spawn position Z. I think I have a good thing going on right now. I'm going to save that. I'm still going on the S key, so I still have to hit the S key in order to play this. And I believe, look at that, all those animals coming at me. Come at me, bro. They're going good. And I think I can reach from side to side. Look at that. They're not going any further than I can go. Awesome possum. All right. So that is where we're at with that. I'm going to go ahead and stop the video here, and we'll keep going in a minute.